Hi, I'm Saul, and this is Mel.
Hello.
And you can introduce yourself.
I'm Mel, I'm one of the tour leaders that works on the big trucks that we have driving around in South America.
Mm-hmm. And so how long have you been with Viva Expeditions for?
With Viva, well, I've been lucky enough for 5 big years with them, although I have definitely been around the various places on the South American continent.
Yeah. So how long have you been kind of doing these trips in South America?
I have been lucky enough to be in the industry for a long time. With Viva for 5 years, covering mainly the southern part of South America. This area, Patagonia, lovely southern Chile and Argentina.
Where is Patagonia, just to explain it to people?
Oh, isn't that a question? So technically people talk about on Chile that it's from Puerto Montt south and including Antarctica. And in Argentina, it's a little around Bariloche, so it's a little bit further south and then all the way down through Patagonia. So it is a various variation between the two. It's not one straight line. That's
there's not a strict border or anything like that.
No, it's not like you're entering Patagonia.
So how did you start?
Well, I was very fortunate to start travelling quite early. I sort of finished school and took off straight away. And I don't know, I think the first time I really had a tour leading and adventure travel was I went to the States with a friend. I got a crazy job where I was driving an older American gentleman from New York to Mexico City in this big Winnebago, and we stopped everywhere. And obviously when we got to Mexico, they didn't know any Spanish, and I knew Hola and 1 to 10, and let's just say I became very good at charades very quickly.
So, and in total, with all your trips you've done, do you reckon how many miles do you reckon you've covered?
I'm not sure about miles, kilometres. I would, to hazard a guess, I mean not my independent travel, but working as a guide, at least 500,000. I reckon I worked that out.
Wow.
Maybe it's about 12 times around the world. Wow. So I've definitely done some
journey. Okay, so introduce Esperanza. What's it like to be?
Esperanza is the name of our truck that we have out in South America. Very comfortable. She seats 16 people. Esperanza actually means hope. We always say, we hope you have a good time. And secretly I'm going, I hope we get there. No. No. She has done us well. She's got a few Ks on the clock. She's self-contained, actually custom built. So she's got a lovely, it's small, but a toilet. We've got a small kitchen area, some lovely reclining style seats, a big window out the front, and obviously, to see the gorgeous Patagonian South American views. So yeah.
It sounds quite comfortable there.
It is. Yeah. It's, even if you're tall, like our driver is 6'3", and although he doesn't sit in the back very often, when he does, he's got the room. So I'd say it's like a business class.
And it's just nice to relax and just watch things go by, I suppose, when you're on the trip.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the best things about travelling overland is you get a real sense of how big the continent is. I mean, sometimes people forget, like Brazil, the size of Brazil can add up to all of the rest of the continent. And just being able to take it in. Like the Patagonian steppe is an area, it's vast plains. Sometimes we stop for a morning tea and you look around. I hate using the word nothing because there's always something, but it's just a sense of endlessness and thinking, wow, like here we are and there's so much out there. So.
So do you think that's the main thing that you get out of these trips then, is the ability to just venture out?
I think so. I mean, airline travel, of course, there's some great places. If you want to take in, say, Argentina, Brazil, Peru, and you have a short period of time, of course, flying between them is great. But if you can have the time to sit in the vehicle, and the advantage is, we're not on we are on a schedule, but we can stop, we can look at things come up, birds, animals, we stop at obviously lots of the good sights and give you time to really take it in. And so I think you lose that a little bit if you're flying or not really taking the time.
Okay. And when you're driving into these places, what's your kind of favourite undiscovered place? I know it's not going to be undiscovered, but one of your kind of the key places that you really like.
I mean, there's lots of big names that people know in South America. They know Machu Picchu, you know Rio de Janeiro, you know maybe the Pantanals in Brazil, but northern Argentina has a really good feel about it. People maybe don't know so much. To give you a little bit of an idea, it's maybe something like the American Route 66. It's they have the Ruta 40. It goes from north to south instead of east to west. But it's rugged. It's red earth. It's mountains. It's cowboys, and you get to sort of experience not just the beauty of it. There's history as well, where there's some ruin sites of civilizations that you've probably never even heard of that are amazing to discover and know that they were here. You know, pre-Inca. Everyone knows about the Incas, but they were 1400s. We're talking 600s, before Christ, things like that.
Yeah. And do you get to go on these trips?
Oh, we do, yeah. I mean, it's an adventure activity. It's not like, you need to be a person who wants to do 20-kilometre hikes every day. But if you're active and you're wanting to get out and about, we definitely, there's the big names, Torres del Paine and the Fitzroy mountain range area in Argentina. But we also do some great hiking along the Carretera Austral. It's a road along the Chilean fjords in the southern part. It's kind of down in this area here. And there's shorter hikes, maybe 2-3 hours. It's in lush, temperate rainforest with snow-capped mountains around.
Wow.
Yeah, there's lots of variations. Yeah. It's a great place if you are active, but even if you're not so hiking, the natural beauty there, encapsulates you.
Cool. And kind of like your most exciting moment on one of these journeys as well?
I don't know. I think there's a couple. One of them we do very much enjoy as part of our Wilds Patagonia and Southern Explorer. We get to put our truck on a barge and we go across the Magellan Straits to Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire, where there's history. And sometimes there are penguins, sometimes there are cormorants or dolphins that are there, and just seeing passengers going like, wow, that's so amazing. We also, another thing that I really enjoy seeing passengers with the local community. Uruguay is a little country between Brazil and Argentina, and on one of our trips, our highlights of Argentina and Uruguay, we stay at a local estancia, and that is like a local farm, and we help out. You're actually active in the day-to-day duties, as well as enjoying some of the activities that they provide, like horse riding and things. So
you can get really stuck in.
You really can, but it's that home style friendliness. It's real life of what it's like to be in Uruguay, which a lot of people sort of overlook.
So I suppose on these kind of journeys, that's what you kind of experience almost.
Definitely.
Like the actual real life and what it's actually like in South America, and get a deeper look.
I think so. Viva has been a great company for the local connections. In the 5 years, when we arrive at places, we get a big hug from the hotel manager or who are the owners of the activities that we're doing. It's it's a friendship and it's a great bond that's been made over this time, and I think that passengers get to experience that as well.
Great, cool. And for people who are planning on doing one of these trips, what's your kind of your biggest piece of travelling advice?
I think pack well, but pack light. So, if you can, invest in some good pieces of clothing, especially if you are going to be out in the elements. So a good rain jacket. Don't bring just a little $2 poncho. If you think that you're going to be on a hiking adventure, wet pants as well means that you can get out there and you can see it even if the weather isn't so good. I mean, of course, we want those brochure pictures. We want the clear blue skies and the sunshine, but it's not always like that. So, but don't bring too much stuff. You really can buy a lot of stuff that's out there. My other piece of advice would be: we live in a world of plastic, especially from our homes. South America is not as forward in that way, so sometimes your cards don't work. So I would say always bring a little bit of cash. And United States, like the US dollar, is definitely the international money. So, you know, hide a little bit of that in with your passport, or, you know, pop it around. Just then you're never caught out.
Yeah, great. Okay. And where are you off to next?
Well, we're actually back. We've had our holidays, and so I will be heading to Buenos Aires to start an enchanting South America trip just at the end of the week. And end of October, we are back on the trucks for Wild Patagonia and heading down to this lovely area again. So can't wait.
Fantastic.
Great.
Okay, Mel. Well, it's lovely speaking to you. Thanks, guys. Cheers.